Josh, I guess just your overall thoughts on the regional?
Yeah, I mean, we just found out about it obviously just a short time ago, so I'm trying to digest it a little bit. I mean, we're excited that it's here in Stillwater, that's for sure. As I told the kids last night via a message, it's a double elimination tournament. There's going to be 4 great teams. Teams that travel in here have obviously done something to get here. Who they end up being and all the different things that go into it really can't be the mood setter. The mood setter is our team and the confidence we have in one another, the way we're playing, and just the joy of continuing to play. So that's been our thought process all along. When you actually find out who is coming, Niagara, who I don't know a ton about yet, but we'll learn about soon. And then Nebraska, obviously a great run in the Big Ten, in Florida, a team that has had tremendous talent over the years. So big name programs, good coaches, good players, all the things you would expect in regional.
Josh, obviously running through the Big 12 tournament, you can use up a lot of pitching, but it seems like coming out of that with the title and the way things went for your pitching staff, you've got to feel pretty comfortable that you didn't have to overexert a lot of guys, that type of thing. Yeah,
the kids did an unbelievable job in the tournament and really have all year. We had great starting pitching, so that got us deep into games. The games were, we were able to manage the bullpen effectively and consistently, which keeps those guys fresh and healthy to where their best bullets and stuff and ability to bounce back are still very much in play. Some years you don't have that luxury. Maybe you have to tax your team to a certain degree to get to this point, but I feel real good about how we've been able to manage the pitching staff, the way the kids have performed, and just their freshness and health heading into the regional. I'm very comfortable, very proud of that effort throughout the whole year in the conference tournament. I thought the kids did an unbelievable job.
Starting guys in particular, you've got to feel pretty confident in what you're seeing from them lately?
Yeah, well, Sam's sitting right there, Brian right there. I mean, you know, what an awesome 1-2 punch, and when we can convince Carson to come in from right field and pitch a game for us. You know, they've been awesome. I mean, these kids have been, first and foremost, tremendous teammates. Secondly, tremendous program members, buying in immediately and trusting people and putting themselves wholeheartedly into what it is we're doing. Willing to learn and evolve since they've gotten here, and really from weekend number 1 until now, they've pitched as good as any 1-2 we've had in quite some time, and that's just a compliment to the boys, the hard work they've put in. Obviously Coach Walton's played a huge role in their performance, and just our trainers and strength and conditioning to keep them strong and healthy and durable throughout, because it's been a really good consistent run out of them.
You guys were playing late at night down there. How it kind of reminded me a little bit of that year that you had to host the regional in Oklahoma City. How good could that be for camaraderie? I'm sure it was a slog to kind of get through at times, but how good could that be for camaraderie that you had those moments and you were able to get through it?
Fabulous. Fabulous for camaraderie. I mean, time spent together, isolated with one another, secluded and removed from some of the distractions, meals together, late bus rides together, funny moments, things you'll never forget, funny sounds being made from the bullpen and the dugout. I mean, you know, to go on a road trip for 12 days like we did, and then to play in a couple of different sites and venues, it's just time together and trust. You learn how to motivate yourself even if the externals aren't there. So I thought it was really good for us, and I think these kids are really enjoying one another's time, and just create that same type of close-knit focus here back at home this week.
How much does it mean for you personally, just to be able to have this, to be able to just share this moment today, you know, watching the show, to know that you'll have home games?
Well, I mean, the personal thing is Oklahoma State baseball. It's the players, the program, the team, these kids. This is their time. The personal side of it is what you put into what we do, right? Everybody's invested, and to see your investment in the kids and in the team and in the soul of the team be healthy, it's given these guys a chance to write their story. And I think that for me is what you want to see, is when the team can become theirs and they take it, and then they protect it, they own it, they play for it, they play inspired. And when you do that and you see that in the team has a chance to do something wonderful. So that's really been what we've always wanted to accomplish here, to achieve true team at a time when true team is most difficult to find. And there's an old-fashioned value about these kids that I'll forever be grateful for.
Josh, just given the structure of regional plan, formatting, games and whatnot, scheduling, Going back to that 1-2 punch you talked about, how important is having a productive 1-2 punch like Sam and Brian, like you guys have?
Yeah, it's a 1-2-3 punch too. You know, I was just speaking hypothetically about a 1-2 because these two are sitting, you know, closest to me. But it takes a full team to do anything meaningful. It takes a full team to win a championship. It takes, for every great starting outing that you get, it takes a great relief outing to finish it. For every great pitch that's thrown, it takes a defense to catch it. It is about our team. And the strength is our team, and it's easy to celebrate and recognize, as we should, when individuals do great things. And but these guys will tell you, the team is what gives them the confidence to go out and pitch the way they've pitched, and the team, as a result of the confidence these guys pitch with, plays well around it. And that's just a type of connection that you need to have when you go into a postseason play, because there'll be different challenges, and the games will fire different things at you. And as long as you have that trust and you have that ability to match up and navigate a challenging bracket, anything's possible.
Brian in particular, was there anything, what was maybe some of the top things that stuck out to you when you were recruiting him?
Well, he'd always performed and always had a track record of being a dominant presence when he performed at whatever level, senior year of high school when he led the state in strikeouts, or what he did in junior college. But more than anything was the way that people spoke about him as a person, his leadership, the way he carried himself. People who encountered him said immediately he's just different. And when you hear people recommend somebody because of their character and their energy and their teammate skills, and when adults who've done this for a long time fall in love with players because of who they are, that's about as strong a recommendation as you could ever possibly get to go along with somebody that obviously has physical ability to play this game. So just a total package.
What's the biggest improvement? I'm sure there's a lot of improvements, but what's the biggest one that you think stands out over the last third or so of the season from this group?
Well, just the resilience of the team. I mean, they've taken on every challenge the season has offered us, and when the times got tough, they found ways to adjust and respond. And that's an unbelievable trait to have, and they've done that. And then I think over that time, the depth of our team has improved because guys have stepped in. Roles have been established. Guys have embraced roles. Guys know what to expect. Their confidence is extremely high. And I think the schedule that we played early prepared us for the challenges we were going to see late. And so I just think the team has really grown. And most importantly, to compliment the players, they've chosen to stay united. And they chose to rise up when things got tough, and when maybe people were unsure, they became even more sure about each other. And that can carry a long, long ways. That connection these kids have is very, very meaningful.
Coach, how much value do you feel like this team's going to get out of having just gone through the double elimination tournament? They know that they can respond if things don't go well. How much does that carry into the postseason here?
Yeah, well, you want your regular season schedule and your postseason experience prior to this to have given you an idea of what's to come, and I think the season definitely did that. The teams that we played all year long challenged us a great deal. The conference tournament was a great challenge. So I think we're primed. I mean, I think we've put ourselves in a great spot. We've been working hard. The growth of the team over the course of the season has been phenomenal. We should have a very confident bunch of kids going into this weekend. And yes, our season, our conference tournament, and our schedule have exposed us to all the things that we'll encounter this weekend. So that's why you run it hard all year long to get to this point and get after it.
It's 11 about where you expected. Did you try to play that game going in? What did you think of the seeding?
I didn't really know what to think, quite honestly. When you're in the conference tournament, if you look at what the kids did over that last 2-day span, they won 3 baseball games in 30 hours? I would imagine those 3 games probably had a lot to do with how things finished, right? So when you're immersed in playing games and competing pitch to pitch, as long as we were, you don't really necessarily have time to think about those other things. As I've said to you guys all along, and nothing helps create your path better than taking care of your own business. And the way the kids played there down the stretch, they essentially did everything we could to put ourselves in the best position possible. Once we did that, I felt good about whatever it was going to be, right? Because we did all we could as far as what we controlled. I figured we were probably somewhere in that range, but I didn't give it a whole lot a whole lot of thought, quite honestly. I was very much at peace with our focus and our effort, and outside of that, you just got to kind of let things happen.
Josh, over the past few years, you guys have endured some pretty daunting regional draws, to be fair, but I guess with this group in particular, what makes you confident that this group can get you guys out of the regional and possibly back to Omaha?
The kids, they're who they are. I mean, I think, I've never been one to compare teams or draw parallels because it's just simply impossible to do. And each one of these teams has been wonderful, and the kids we cherish them. But this team is their own unique team. They're made up of an awesome, diverse group of kids from all kinds of different walks of life and backgrounds, and everything they bring to that locker room makes us whole because of who they are. And I love that about them. And they're fun and goofy, but when it comes time to play ball, they're focused and extremely competitive, which is something I really admire about them. I think we're a well-rounded team. I think we're prepared for this. I think we got the right kids, the right ingredients, and I feel as good about this group as I have any team in quite some time. And I've been telling you that for weeks. When you kept asking me questions about what about this, and this, I kept telling you the reason I like this team is because I think they'll just take care of today. And I think that's probably the strength of this team, is we were willing to do that. And that's all we got to do now, is just continue to play it one pitch at a time. So yeah, I've had that instinct about these kids for quite some time.